Living Gets Real. I'm Ashwini Vedakhan, and joining us on today's episode is the lead singer of the band Black, Ranil Amirthiah. In order to comply with the local government health guidelines, we are recording all episodes from home. And now, without further ado, Ranil Amirthiah.
සංසාරේ ආදරයෙන් හමු වෙන්න ඇති මේ අයුරින් අපි දවසක් දා සසර මගදී වෙන් වෙන්න ඇති.
Welcome to the show, Ranil. It's good to have you with us.
Awesome. Likewise. Sorry I took some time.
Now, Ranil, before we start our burning questions, we actually have a little icebreaker planned to get you in the groove. Are you ready?
Okay, I think so.
Our game for you today is called Sing Your Feelings, where we give you a certain scenario and you need to pick the perfect soundtrack to go with it. Oh, and you have to sing. Are you ready?
Okay. I'm happy today. I'm happy today. Something like that. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Now that I lost everything to you, say you wanna start something new, and it's breaking my heart you're leaving. Baby, I'm grieving. If you wanna leave, take good care. Hope you make a lot of friends out there. Remember, there's a lot of better. Be aware. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. So if the argument finishes in a bad note, then I would rather sing like this, Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Something like that. Okay. No, I'm not gonna. I don't know. I don't know to play that. It's not a song that I sing. It's like, have you heard of a song called "Give It to Me, Baby"? Every breath you take, every move you make, every bond you break, every step you take, I'll be watching you. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites and another one bites. Another one bites the dust. By agreeing to these Zoom competitions and interviews, number two, actually, I haven't stayed indoors, to be very honest. I have been careful. I've told my crew members to stay at home. But when we have work, we have to work, because if we don't work, we don't eat. And music is something you can't deliver or do online things too much, because Sri Lankan market doesn't believe in this online thing. Because the moment we do a concert and ask them to buy a link or pay to watch us, everybody wants the link free, or one person pays for it and everybody else watches. So it's difficult. Come on, we live in a country where people ask for free tickets for a charity concert. I'm just venting out my so what I do is I have done already. We are the only band to have done 7 virtual concerts. We did 7 of them, a few for corporate clients. So those are the little ways and means that we have done to earn money at this time. And other than that, I read a lot. Since you asked what do I do at home, I read a lot. I'm an avid reader, and I've been into advertising and creative. So I have a few clients that I work for, and that's how life goes. And I run a cafe. I run a small cafe. It's a street cafe. It started as a like a hobby of mine. It actually see we are people who have been on stage all the time. Now taking this guitar, I have not taken this up for a long time because it actually hurts. Because we would like to sing on stage. It's not just the money. I left my corporate job to start music because I love it. And entertainment is something that I love to do. And so the cafe keeps me occupied, keeps me sane, keeps me not going over the edge. So, and it gives job opportunities for my crew who works in my sound system. And also I've given 2 or 3 people who have worked at other coffee shops who have been laid off. So they work for me now. FYI, I should tell you there are a lot of bands named Black around the world. But I didn't know about those at that time. But, I was always called... See, I like the color. I call myself Kalu Ranil. People call me Black Ranil. So that's the main reason. But we were just playing for fun 20 years ago at, this Otters Club. At that time, that was like a good place to play. So we used to play there like for peanuts. And we were just 3-piece band, and somebody came and said, guys, you guys are really good. What's the name of the band? And we didn't have a name. So I just looked around, and we were all wearing black t-shirts. So I just said black. So it stuck. But after that, I started, putting in meaning to that. Like, I always call, when people ask me why black, I say black covers everything. So we are a cover band, it covers everything. You can black out anything, and it stuck like a good name. We went to more rock, alternate rock. So black and rock and all that. Now we are into more mainstream commercial music because weddings, parties need that. So that's how it came into being, and I was called the black sheep of the family anyway, so it stuck. They always think I'm drunk because the way they see me on stage, they think I'm drunk. In fact, I don't drink at all. I have never drunk in my life. A lot of people don't know that. For a musician and entertainer, a lot of people don't know that. It's not that I'm against it or anything. I've worked on brands like, beer brands, cigarette brands in my advertising career. So I'm not against it. It's a choice. I personally believe it's a choice. I never got used to it. So now, see, I have to be unbiased now. Okay. See, the thing is, the cream of the crop means you have to. There's 2 classifications you have to make. I'm being very honest. There are good bands. Musically, they are fantastic, but as entertainers, no. So people, when they hire a band, they want entertainment, not someone who has a degree in music or who does it. So when I do a music concert for musicians, yes, I will make sure that, I do everything correctly, perfectly and musically. But if I'm entertaining someone, I don't even mind missing out on my lyrics, or even if I go wrong on a chord, I don't care as long as people dance. Because I'm Number one, I am an entertainer. After that, I become a musician. But in a concert, I'm a musician and then I become an entertainer. So that way, I think Misty is a very good band. Misty is a very good band. Rajita is a fantastic musician, entertainer. Um, Dr. Lantra, when it comes to weddings, I think, we work very closely. A lot of people think, Dr. Band and Black Band are like, competing bands, but no, absolutely not. Lantra is a fantastic guy. Then Flame is a beautiful band to listen to. So cream of the crop, I would say, I suggest in Colombo. In Colombo, I think we are honored to be on top of the top 3 bands that they say. I can't claim it. Somebody else has to say it. So if I'm not there up there, then you wouldn't be talking to me, would you? Of course, yes. One is obviously the one and only Sunil Pereira, just because that we grew up looking at him and how he entertained. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the way that play their music on stage. I like it. That's it. I'm not like, I don't go gaga. But as an entertainer, he's my idol because at his age and from the way he started, he's an amazing personality. And as a human being, he's very humble. People think he's snooty. No, he's not. He's very humble. He talks to you. So I would love to do a song with him. And then, of course, my good friend Lantra, I would love to do a song, So I would love to do a song with him. And, of course, there's another friend of mine. These are all friends, but, good company, good musicians, good-hearted fellows. So I would love to do a song with Naushad of Flame. Fantastic guys. When I start singing, from the first song itself, what I do is I judge the crowd. I look at the crowd and I try to win them over. Once you do that, the crowd actually does whatever you want. If you ask them to, put your hands in the air, everybody does that. So if someone is unruly, if I tell them, look, guys, don't spoil the fun for the others, they'll listen because I won them over, right? So it's the trick is to get them to your side. Yes, I have met crowds that are like really unruly when the liquor has flown a little too freely and the crowd is unruly or something like that. I have handled them as well. What I do is the more you control, the more they start rebelling and, they start fights. So sometimes if I can't control them, I just, ease it down, bring back the music to another level so that, but if you have the majority of the crowd in your side, that majority actually takes care of the guys who are unruly. I think we have done about 9 originals and we have not compiled it into a CD, but we have been doing originals for about 12 years ago. We started, but not unfortunately, but we looked at the market and we did it in Sinhala because all our originals are in Sinhala. Other than the composing stuff that we did for a lot of corporates, we did the Stafford Motors, the Honda theme song we did, that was in English and also in Sinhala. But there are a lot of originals that we have done. And why you don't see them is I don't believe in this, doing wacky videos and sexy videos and promoting my song. I don't even go and give it to radio stations. We do it for our own thing and, we share it on Facebook and on my channel. That's it. So the highest we have got is 45,000 likes for the last song that we did. So we are cool with it because we are not a band that concentrates in being superstars. We love what we're doing. And I've done a lot of jingles though. We did one for Singer Sri Lanka, like the Singer Mega Big Experience. That's mine. And I'm doing right now one for a biscuit company. So we do a lot of originals. See, I play by ear. Every instrument that I can play, I play by ear. I can't even read a note to save myself. I'm being very honest. I have a lot of, my dad used to say I have a very good ear. So I can pitch, sing. I don't sing flat. But I learned guitar from my brother, and it's like, it's a self-taught thing. Guitar is like by far the best I can play. The keyboards, I can manage a keyboard and a piano a little. Mouth organ, I play a mouth organ. That's all. I've been always a vocalist. See, I love fusion food, right? I love my mom's cooking, if it can be called as a category. But mom's cooking, meaning it's not just my mom. Any mom who cooks at home can be your mom. I mean, they cook it with an extra ingredient called love. So it's always tastier. And I'm not a fan of Japanese. I'm not a wannabe foodie, so I'm not a big fan of Japanese. I love my Thai food. I will go to any lengths. And I like my street food, I like the burgers to, anything well done, like which should have a homemade feeling. I hate commercially done stuff.
All right, well, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on the show. Thank you for joining us on Living Gets Real.
Absolute pleasure. And, I was pretty bored at home. So you got me coming into my office and doing this. Thank you very much, Ashwini. Tanya, thank you so much. And all the very best to your show that you do. And thanks for, inviting us musicians who have been, not heard of, because we have lost our stage, we lost our audience. But, people like you put us back, at least in a small screen, Thank you so much.
And that's all the time we have for this week. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook to catch the latest episode of Living Gets Real. Thank you for watching and stay safe.